Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to make a more technical video answering one question I got in the comments asking me about the bike and the license and all this stuff, so we will dive into it. If you could, you should explain how much it costs, where do you buy a bike, the parking spaces, license and gasoline, all the prices. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's start from the beginning, how to get your license. To get your license, you have to, first of all, translate it, and you need to go to JAF, Nihon Jidosha, will be the driving association pretty much in another country. So yeah, you need to go there and pretty much you bring your license, you cover papers that are already in English, and they will pretty much give you all you need 1 or 2 days later. So you need to go again to this place. You can apply by mail, but it's quite a hassle to do that, so I recommend you to actually go there. I will leave the maps over here. It is really close to Shibakoen station, so you can go there and then walk over the JAF. They have a lot of branches around Tokyo, but I'm assuming that you're going to this one because it's the one I already know and it's the one I made myself the license 1.5 years ago, so I would recommend this one because I know for sure they will do it. So 3,000 yen and waiting 2 days. Afterwards, you need to go to the license center. I'm assuming you are going to go to the Tokyo one, to the Shinagawa one. If you need to go to Saitama or all those places that are not inside Tokyo, just investigate it by yourself. You have a lot of them all over Japan. And the thing with this one, if you go really early in the morning, like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, even before if you can, and you are the first ones, you will be able to get your license in the same day. It will take around 5, 6, 7 hours maybe. So if you arrive late, like at 12, 1 in the afternoon, you will have to go again another day to get your license because the process takes a lot of time and they close around 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so you have like just a little bit of time. Be ready to be there for a long time and have lunch over there. They have a cafeteria, so no problem with the lunch scheduling. So you have to give them the translation, the license, your passport, your Juminhyo. Juminhyo is your residence certificate that costs around 500 yen in your local government, so you need to go there first, get this paper. And in the license center you can get the pictures done, but if you bring it beforehand it will be faster. So bring pictures, passport, Juminhyo, your license, your translated license, and here comes the important one. You need to prove that you live for at least 3 months or half a year in the country you got your license, because if you cannot prove this, they will not give you the Japanese one. How do you prove this one? If you have bills with you or you have a university title, you are pretty much covered. You need pretty much to prove that you lived there when you got the license and you had time to drive over there. So if you get your license, you got your license and you left the place, you will not be able to have the Japanese one. What I found is the best way to prove it is to bring bills and student title that if you went to the university and you have the European one that is in English, that would be perfect for them. So they take quite a lot of time to see these documents, and probably you will have to explain it yourself because they are not used to read Spanish in my case. So I had to go with them, like this one is the Spanish government seal. This says that I got this title. This bill is from a phone, so I was there from this date to this date. And be sure to not bring just the minimum amount, bring a lot, and then afterwards, if you don't need it, that's cool. But if you happen to be short of them, you will have to go again another day and repeat all the process. So yeah, be ready. The whole process cost around 10,000 and 20,000 yen, and as I said, it will take a day, and you will have to at least do a eyesight test inside the building. So be prepared if you have glasses or any problem with your eyes to pass the test. And how or where do you buy your bike? So you can go to a regular shop, a bike shop, as I did myself. But to find these shops, most of the time what I do is go to Go Bike. That's a second-handed page here in Japan, and then search for the bike I like, and then see the shop that it is in, give it a call, and if the bike is available there, go there, see the bike, and then arrange the price with the guy. Not buying it online, because yeah, you don't see the bike and you can be scammed. So search for the bike, search for the shop, go to the shop, speak with the guy. And in this case, if you buy it from a shop like I did, and like most people do over here, they will pretty much arrange everything for you if you don't speak Japanese. You have to get a minimum, like bring a friend that speaks Japanese with you, unless you are in a really big shop like KTM or Suzuki or whatever, that they will be able to communicate with you in English. And for these, you will need again the Juminhyo, the resident certificate, and the money, your income, your seal, and your license. And that's pretty much it. They will get you all the stuff done by themselves. And the insurance, they have two insurances here in Japan. They have the mandatory one that you have to get for sure, and it covers the bare minimum. I don't recommend you to only go with this one. And then you have the additional insurance, right? The additional insurance is for a middle class bike, 125 to 250. It is around 20,000 yen for 2 years, so it's not that bad. And it covers the damage you cause into others, and a minimum you cause to yourself if it's like hospitalization and stuff. It is not full risk for yourself, it's only full risk for the others, unlimited. So I recommend you to get at least that one, because if you happen to do something to somebody here in Japan, the cost of it is just ridiculous. You will go to jail straight away because you will not be able to pay. So be sure to have your insurance done. It is just a little bit for being relaxed here in Japan. You have two more costs that are linked with your bike. One is the shaken. If you happen to buy a more than 250cc bike, you are in the O-Gata group, so you need to do an inspection, biannual inspection, that costs around 30,000 or 40,000, and plus the repairs or whatever you need to do before that. You need to get it to professional to see the bike, if the bike is correct. So yeah, prepare a lot of money. So in this case, I would recommend you not to buy an O-Gata type more than 250, because it will cost more in the insurance, more initial cost to buy it, the shaken every 2 years, and pretty much to get rid of this bike when you want to sell it. There's not so many people in Japan that can drive, that has the license to drive these kind of bikes. So 125 until 125 is the best decision you can make if you want to sell it again, and 125 to 250 is the I want to have fun, but I don't wanna have all this cost associated with it. So 125 is the best, 125 to 250 is kind of I want to have fun. And you have one more cost associated with your Ogata bike, with your big one. That is the lightweight tax. And you have to pay it every 1st of April every year. It is around 6,000 yen for Tokyo area. So another one associated with the more than 200. Need a special visa, or your level of Japanese need to be super high. To be able to buy a bike in Japan, I think you can do it with a working holiday visa, because you have your Yumihyo and you are pretty much a resident. But because your visa is only 1 year, you will have to sell the bike afterwards. So be prepared for that point. You can speak with the shop you buy when you buy the bike and ask them if they will re-buy the bike when you finish your year. Mostly they will do, and you can sign an agreement as well, so you have that chance already taken. So there's ways you can do it. So don't worry if you are living in 1 year and you need to buy and then sell again. If you want to have fun, if you want to have the bike, there's no problem over here. And your Japanese level, yeah, that's kind of a problem. If you go to the cheap ones, right? You wanna get the deals, the bargains, you will need to speak Japanese for sure. If not, they will not comprehend you, or they will not sell it to you anyway. So a Japanese friend will be mostly welcome. And if you are not able to speak Japanese to a high degree, you will have to search a lot. That's pretty much it. Now the price of gasoline, tolls, and to park. Okay, so gasoline, it is 143 yen, around there, all the time. So not bad, not good. Meh. As the time as I record this video, by the way. And the thing with the gasoline is that you have a lot of brands, right? But inside those brands, you have points cards like T-Point, Rakuten points. And for you, I would recommend you to make a Rakuten or a T-Point one, point card, right? And then go all the time to the same gas stations that they have these points and refill that, because you start accumulating these points and then you can translate those points into money afterwards and buy other things, or buy even the gasoline. So don't forget the point cards. They are super convenient. They are super important here in Japan. Everyone has one. I have the Rakuten one, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The tolls are really expensive. To go from Tokyo to Mount Fuji, that is only 1.5 hours away from Tokyo, it is 2,500 yen one way. So yeah, prepare your back if you want to go by expressway. I will recommend you to go not by expressway, because it's not fun anyway. It will take more time, but time is not on the essence if you are here traveling, kind of, right? So enjoy the road, don't take the expressway, don't spend a lot of money and a lot of gasoline as well. And there's another problem with the toll as well, the expressway. 125 cannot go further than 60 kilometers per hour, and until 250 cc you cannot go more than 80 kilometers per hour. So it kind of defeats the purpose to ongoing in a expressway anyway. So if you happen to have a Ogata bike to more than 250, you can only go to 100 kilometers per hour. That's the max speed in Japan. Nobody will go to that speed. They will go in further. But if you don't want to get fines and lose your license, yeah, that's the limit pretty much. So expressways, don't even think about it. And what about the parking spot? There's a complication with the parking spot. If you live in a big city like Osaka or Tokyo, you need to have a parking spot designated parking spot for your bike. You cannot have leave it in the street. You cannot ninja it between buildings or whatever. You need to have a designated parking spot that you need to pay every month. The problem is most flats in Japan for one person, they don't have a bike spot. They only have bicycle spot. So you need to rent another one in the area, right? And to rent one of those, it will be between 10,000 and 25,000 per month, so it's quite a lot. But if you happen to live in the inaka, not in the main cities like I do, you will still need kind of a parking space, but they are not strict about it, and you can pretty much leave it in the street. In my case, I pay for a parking spot, but because I live in the inaka, I live far away from the city, it's only 500 yen per month. So yeah, that's pretty much it. For bikes, they are super cheap, but not for Tokyo. For Tokyo and Osaka, they are super expensive. So be ready to pay for a parking spot or to find an apartment that has a spot already. Today's video was a little bit more of technical video, right? But it was a suggestion. I thought it was interesting. So thank you for bearing with it, and I hope the information was of use for you if you wanna buy a bike in Japan. So hit subscribe, like, hit the bell for notifications, and see you next time. Peace.